So I searched all through and I did not find a particular place where the Bible or Christianity condemns polygamy. Now, the question is, then what is wrong with polygamy?
A man can marry 4, 5, 6 wives and he'll still be flirting. I've come across many. They get them plenty for us.
Okay. Can you be a responsible man and at the same time be polygamous?
In fact, men that are polygamous are the most responsible set of human beings.
Well, you...
Yes.
5 multiplied by 12 is about 60 days. 60 plus. Right? So that means there is 60 days in a year that you cannot touch a woman. That is 2 good months.
That you're supposed to go without sex.
That you're supposed to stay without knacking. 2 good months out of 12 months in a year.
I have this belief. I've always stand by it, whether you like it or not. Man go cheat. No matter how he claims to be righteous, faithful and everything, he go cheat.
And I want to ask everybody, the societies that practice that monogamy Christianity marriage system, how is the institution of marriage doing? Varying in their place.
Now that's the question.
A man will cheat. You know why I believe that a man will cheat? Like a man can cheat no man. See, if I marry my man, look me for face, them say no cheat, I'll say you are a liar and you are a bastard. Because it's for sure.
Because of Christianity. Now I will want to challenge you that monogamy is not Christianity. Go and research.
I know man. See, I am this lady that don't even bring any woman to the house and say you want to make her a second wife. Keep her outside. And you guys should be doing what you are doing.
Thank you so much for
your answer. You go to the whole of Europe and America. Divorce has become a very big venture. You marry a woman today, some woman will just marry. In fact, there was a documentary done on a woman that got married to a man in the afternoon, and the evening of that day she divorced the guy. And she went to court and she was asking for almost 5 billion naira in settlement.
Again. So, but in this time and age, most people throw back their mind to once they said this man is polygamous, blah 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 blah. They will start ranting around. How can I share my man? It's better he go and cheat. Who told African women that the reason why men want to do polygamy is strictly because of sex?
Men do go through emotional drama, work challenges, and the rest. And they need that woman that will give them a listening ear.
Why is polygamy being rejected? Where is monogamy coming from? Is monogamy righteousness?
Hello guys, you're welcome to another episode of the Trends and Common Sense podcast, one of the fastest growing podcasts here in West Africa, Nigeria. And today the topic we're discussing is polygamy or promiscuity. Which one do you choose? That is the topic for today. But for me, if I am asked to speak my own opinion, which is what I'm actually doing right here on the podcast, I will say that I would prefer polygamy to promiscuity. Look at the thing here. I would rather, if I'm to be a woman, I would rather have a man marry 3 or 4 wives lawfully, keep them at home, take care of them, provide for them, and takes his eyes off any other thing in skirt out there on the street. But, some people may say, no, I want just me and my husband. Fine and good. You want your husband to marry you and you alone. But what guarantee do you have that that man will stick to you and you alone? That is the bottom line if you choose promiscuity over polygamy. So guys, I would prefer to hear from everybody here on the show. But for me, I think that polygamy is better than promiscuity. Far on my right here, I have Mr. Melafia with us on the show, and he's a guest appeared for the first time on the Trends and Common Sense podcast. Mr. Melafia, you're welcome to the show, and I hope you've heard the introduction and the topic we're dealing with today.
Definitely.
What is your take on this matter firsthand before we go further?
Firsthand, for those that are my friends on social media platform, they will tell you if they are to nominate an ambassador for polygamy, I will be the one. Come on, I deserve that. Yeah, like I've been shouting all through polygamy. I think what we're doing is there are certain questions we are not asking.
All right.
And definitely if we don't get those questions right, we'll keep misleading ourselves with things that we are not supposed to get bothered about. First of all, to say what is polygamy and what is promiscuity.
What is promiscuity? Yeah.
Let's start from that. Promiscuity is having several sexual affairs with people that they are not legitimately yours. Especially now when we're talking about polygamy, it means we're taking a look from the guy's angle, from the man's angle, not from the woman's angle. So, but yeah, promiscuity, a woman can be promiscuous, a man can be promiscuous. But right now, since we're bringing polygamy,
hitting it on the man.
Yeah. So we're just hitting it on the man. So if you look at it, then what is polygamy? Polygamy is a man getting married to several wives. Now, the question is, what is wrong with polygamy? And what is wrong with promiscuity? I think if we can iron out these two questions, then we'll have less to debate over it. And coming to ask again, why are we refraining from polygamy? And why are we becoming so comfortable with promiscuity? Because like you said earlier on, a lot of women will feel it's okay for him to cheat as far as he'll not bring it home. That's the ideology.
As I used to. Yes.
Because by nature, all men are polygamy. All men are polygamous in nature. All men are polygamous in nature. Just that other people do it in another way and call it a different name. Some people call it side chick. Some people call it an affair. The white guys call it having a mistress. But all this boils down to polygamy. Yeah. So for God's sake, what's wrong with polygamy? Come on, I choose polygamy.
Okay. Before we go for that, right? Before we come to the lady, the only lady on the show today. Now, I would like you to break it down because it's as if we are using too many big English on this show, right? There's a majority of Nigerians who don't even know the meaning of the word promiscuity, what it means, or even polygamy, right? Can we break it down to the barest level in broken English where people go fit understand waiting be polygamy and waiting be promiscuity?
Okay, now let's be as raw as possible.
Yeah,
promiscuity in a man we indeed know this still one place.
Okay,
you get him. Whether na in wife, whether no be in wife, anything with the inside skirt, you want follow. Now be promiscuity. But on the other hand, that's man we get too much energy. We one woman no fit to one. So he go dey try use other women whole body. But coming to polygamy, now the same man we get the same energy with that guy where they look everywhere. But in his own case, he's very responsible in that he know where his money stop. Nobody say they try get shortcut. You get. So what they do in his own case, be say he get this wife. If his money increase, so everybody get different goals in life. Some people now to marry the most beautiful woman. Some others now to buy better car. Some now to build house. All now goals and all you can't condemn anybody for having his goal his ways. So for him, especially our northern brothers get that one. Once they get small money, they go try that one with the house. They go try marry another one, keep them for house again. Yeah. So that's polygamy, having multiple wives. And if you look at the African man, if for say machine day, we all African men fit stand on top. Whether married, whether Christians, whether Muslim, it go hard make you see any man we don't marry whenever test something outside.
So if I get you correctly now, what did they try talk be say? Polygamy, now man we marry maybe 4 wives, 3 wives, 2, 5 wives, or 2, or even 10.
Multiple wives. Once is more than one.
Yes. He say he know they knack for outside.
Yeah.
Instead of making a knack for outside, he prefer make him marry and come keep for house. They take care of them.
Now that's where the twist is. If he dey knack outside too, but it get man.
Yeah, no, wait first now.
With more than one wife, people still they go outside. Still want that.
More than no, I want break this thing where make people understand. Polygamy now man we marry 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 wives or even more. Now be polygamy.
Yes.
Do you understand
the definition?
Then promiscuity now man
we get one wife.
We be say he get one wife
or he no even get one.
If they tell wife say boy I love you, but he get Nkechi for outside.
You don't understand.
He get Ayamaka for outside. He get Dikaiko. I better call him.
Yes.
He get a Peyon for outside. Then they different one day where they go outside. But if you don't go lick mouth finish, you go come back house come meet in wife.
And I'm never marry. You can be promiscuous even without.
Yes. Okay. With relationship too.
Yeah, you can be promiscuous.
You still get one girlfriend, but you still get other girlfriends. No, can I make they say main girlfriend day, side girlfriend.
You know, that's
Okay, side chick girlfriend.
Dr. Massive, no.
No. I just dey ask. We need to clarify this thing. Precious, me I be holy guy, yo.
you know, but Manasseh, this you get one concern when I get, but a lot of people feel like once you are polygamous as a man, it automatically means that you are irresponsible. Okay, can you be a responsible man and at the same time be polygamous?
In fact, men that are polygamous are the most responsible set of human beings.
But you,
Yes.
if you say Precious get other to get another,
You need to enter at this point.
for my all reservation.
They are the most responsible.
Precious, how far? At this point, how far?
I don't support the polygamy part.
Which one is about?
I support the other one.
Oh, how?
Yes,
From it,
that is, I support it
I know that is-
because you know why I support it. If you look at what is trending now, what is happening on social media, let's even leave social media aside and let's talk about something
Real
that is
life, yeah.
happening within ourselves. A man can marry 4, 5, 6 wives and he'll still be flirting. I've come across many. They get them plenty for us, especially even we Igbos too, we do it. They will have plenty of them, and for them, they feel it's an achievement. If for them, it feels like the man has arrived, something like that. Some even call it tradition and culture, something like that. But they will still be cheating and flirting outside. They can have them plenty. It's gradually, you get. I've come across a guy. He stays in Abuja, although, but he was still in Kaduna before. He has 3 wives. So when he now hits these people's crypto, wait, they call him. He now blowed and made excess money.
Yes, no.
So the girl he was flirting outside with, his side chick that he was flirting outside, he has 3 wives at home. The lady he was flirting outside with, he later married her. Okay, she was pregnant, so he had to marry her and keep her at home. But aside that one that he just married and kept at home, he still have plenty outside. So will you tell me that because he has plenty wives, he's responsible? I don't think it's all that responsible.
Okay.
You get, it's better for me to just have my husband at home. He should be doing his shit. He should not bring it, like you said, he should not bring it to my face. Like I should not even be aware of it, because whether you like it or not, I have this belief. I've always stand by it. Whether you like it or not, man go cheat. No matter how he claims to be righteous, faithful, and everything, he go cheat too.
No.
So
There's
what
no-
do you they try talk now? Be say you prefer make your husband marry you alone, make there his side chicks, or make you know another wife and be.
See, if you like, we made there be 100, but we no bring and come that house.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, can I chip in?
Manasseh, abeg.
Okay. Now, let me ask you something, and I will want you to walk in the lady you made mention. I want you to walk in her shoe. So, which one do you prefer? If you know the side chick, but I just the give instances.
Yeah.
So, you being that side chick that got pregnant, will you prefer giving birth to him for the man outside wedlock, for the man to take his child, or him bringing you up home honorably and making you a wife? Which one will you prefer if you are in her shoes?
If let me be sincere and truthful to myself. I'll prefer to be side chick
To be his side
Yeah.
chick. Now,
Instead
let
of
me
being your
continue.
wife.
Yes, let me continue.
because he has them plenty and he's still going to bring more.
Now, let me continue here. You see, it is very easy to judge when you're on the other side of the bargain.
Right.
Now, a lot of women that are kicking against polygamy, most of them are people that feel time is on their side. They still have time. One day they hope they will get married. And others are people that are already in a husband's house. They feel, since I'm in. But if they will be on the other side, being ladies that are above 35, 40 and above, that don't mind anything. Sorry, I don't mean any disrespect. But that don't actually mind anything that will come their way. Will they still stand that position of one man, one wife?
Mm-mm.
I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Yes. So it is easy to judge when you are not the one on the other side. It is very easy. Now, for a lot of people, I had a lot of people disturbing me in my DM ever since I made that post, promiscuity or polygamy, which way to go. A lot of them. And let me tell you, 99.999% of people that bashed me on that are people that are either in their husband's house or people that are much more younger and feel they still have chances of settling down.
Yes.
But if we are truly to look at it critically, we should go back to the first question we asked. What is actually wrong with polygamy? What is wrong with polygamy? Mind you, I tried making a point the other time. Polygamy will not stop a man from infidelity.
100%.
Except if the man decide. Likewise, monogamy cannot stop a man from infidelity. So it's a mind thing. But one is more responsible than the other. When you compare promiscuity and polygamy, you understand. Now, I told somebody I am from the traditional Orthodox Christianity home. So I know what it means. I know how they frown at polygamy at first. But at the same time, I'm a very good Bible student. Very good Bible student. And all my life, I've been a rebel. Anything you say, I'll have to go back, research, and come back. If I don't agree, I will meet you no matter how old are you, and I'll bash you about it. I have read the Bible cover to cover 3 times. I may not be able to tell you the particular verse and chapter where the Bible said one thing or the other. But any story you bring, I can relate. And I can easily connect the dots to tell you how the story come about. So I searched all through and I did not find a particular place where the Bible or Christianity condemns polygamy. Now, the question is, then what is wrong with polygamy?
I beg, tell us.
What is wrong? I am also not in the position to tell you. It's a question I don't know. I don't know why people stigmatize people that do polygamy. But for me, these are guys that are willing to own up to their shit. They keep them at home. They feed them. Okay, now, as a man, let me ask you a question. Will you want to get married one day and decide to have a side chick the way Precious approved? Let's say, God bless you, say Precious Grace, and I go marry.
Precious says she know I'm marrying a side chick.
Wait, now.
I not figure.
She said she go prefer to be a side chick than.
But she said, let her defend herself.
I say I would prefer to be a side chick to a man that has plenty wives. I would
Than being one.
Yes. I will not agree to get married to a man that has numerous wives.
Okay, now before I forget what I was saying. Now, let's assume Precious get married to a liberal lady. Sorry,
liberal man.
Yeah,
Okay.
AI. Let me use AI.
Right.
AI decides is lucky and fortunate to get married to a liberal woman like Precious, and she approved of him. Do whatever you just don't bring it to my face in her exact word. Do it outside. Even if it is, I said 50, she said no 100. Go and have them as much, but
No,
don't
10
just
is okay. 10
yeah.
is- Don't get.
Don't just bring it to my face. Yeah. So let's assume AI is in that position, and with that approval from his wife, he went to somewhere like the Angwerimi, get a house for a lady, and he knows he can't marry her because his wife will not agree. But you know you're sharing her with somebody because she knows she cannot get married to you. You came out outrightly to tell her.
No.
So will you be comfortable with that?
As a,
Share as a man.
Not-
But you know that if you married her traditionally or customarily, nobody can ever
come
on, yeah, real men don't look at other women, women that women that other men have paid dowry. Yeah, it's disgusting.
Right.
So you know that you have that to yourself. So
But there are people who are specialized in that too.
yeah, we'll come to
Some
that.
people have a special name for it, and they call it orto.
Yes, we'll come to that.
Those this is them. Their speciality is looking for people's wife. If you are a single girl, they are not interested in you.
With them.
In fact, you
They're
detest
not
them.
even attractive.
But when you are married, that is where you attract them.
Yeah, there's that. But focusing on this particular topic, you understand. So if you look at it, I think they are more responsible. They are more responsible. So, honestly speaking, there are moments when I travel and I would prefer to sleep in my car than sleeping in a hotel. You know why? Because when I open the hotel, when I get to a hotel that my money can afford, of course, and I look at the setting and I look at the bed sheet, the beds, whatever, I'll start imagining who were the last people that used this bed. Like I can be that sensitive.
Yeah.
So I would just prefer, okay, let me just go stretch in the car. Then in the morning, I can pay normal money for lodging, take my bath, clean up, and go to where I'm going. Then not imagining somebody sleeping with the woman you're sleeping with.
Serious.
No, now reason and
That's deep, you know.
But wait, can I ask him something? You see,
Me or him.
you.
And ask you who they talk, see, they ask us. Sir.
That your partner ask her.
You know why I got said that because he used us as an example. If you for
He used us as an example. He used us here.
Oga, you say you go get, you say you go follow like 10. Satan don't do you, ba?
Yeah.
Huh?
Don't laugh for my.
Wait,
No, she said, nah.
I dey try ask you something now.
Okay.
If venture, you come marry the lady because you're not comfortable that she's outside, you marry her, bring her
Mhm.
house. Are you telling me that you're not going to flex with any lady outside?
Are you talking
I'm
as a
asking
general
you.
man thing or me
Yes,
personally?
anyone.
Well, just like King said earlier on, you see, men are polygamous in nature. Do you understand? I'm not telling you say I go do am, no. But why they laugh? But I'm just trying to make a point. You get, and except every man wants to just lie to the world. Do you get? There is no man that is satisfied when it comes to that. Do you get? Except that there's what we call discipline. Yeah.
Discipline
You
you
get
agenda.
no, of course it does. It does. You understand?
It does. It does.
You can just be disciplined about it to say, okay, I'm contented with this woman I have. But my dear, even our papas, mother, no, they were not satisfied. You don't understand. Well, discipline was the key. Now they say you can just stay.
There's no need for him getting married to the lady because you still go out.
Why?
Now.
You might not go outside.
Wait. See things. Please say something in response to what Usa said. I know of a guy. He loved his girlfriend so much. Now, he wanted to propose to the girl before their marriage, but he kind of like discussed it with the girl that you never know, but if money day and he get the car ring where you want, say if he propose her more this Valentine. So yes, okay, I pray money will come. But he not use the idea, put that thought in her, say engagement if you come for Valentine. So that maybe you know come
Feel when you can be surprised. Yeah.
Yes.
So, couple of days before the Valentine, they went out and they were talking, and the girl was like asking him some tough questions because it's like that thing he said to stuck in her head. So she was like, if I settle with you, if we get married, are you going to cheat on me? Are you going to have side cheat? Because it's what a lot of men are doing these days, men of these days and all that. Now, he now told her and said, babe, as it is for now, I love you and you are the only woman I love, and I'm going to spend the rest of my life with you. But I want you to understand something, that promiscuity that's coming from a man, it is not from the side of disrespect. It is not from the side of hatred. You understand? Men are just born natural polygamous animals by nature. He said, but one thing I'm going to promise you here is this. If it comes to that point where I will have to have something to do with another woman, I will make sure I don't disrespect you while doing it. Do you understand? Now the guy say, Baba, no marriage, or forget that marriage thing. Just do our normal relationship. If you reach where everybody needs to move, or everybody needs to move on.
I'm not so a prophet.
Now I'm coming. So while he was talking to me, she brought up the matter, and I said, okay, let me break down some things for you to understand, because these men are polygamous by nature. People just say those things, but they don't give supporting facts
About it.
to back it up. Now, let me give you some facts, and I will use a lot of areas in the Bible and also biology to explain it. Now, after God has created heaven and earth, and he saw it was beautiful, the next thing he did was to create man. Right? When God created man, when God wanted to create man, God made a statement. He said, let us make them in our likeness and image. He didn't say, let me create man in my likeness. He said, let us. That is plural. Who was he talking to? Let us make them in our likeness and image. Us, our. Who was he talking to? He was talking to the angels in heaven with him. let's make human in our likeness and image. Now, he created Adam. Then after creating Adam, the first commandment, the first order, when they say presidential order, executive order, the first executive order God gave to Adam, that the whole of the universe, both the living things and the non-living things, the physical and the spiritual, they all bear witness when God gave that executive order. That order was, go ye and multiply. Now, he gave Adam the order, go and multiply, with all the whole of the earth and the universe bearing witness to that executive order. Are you getting me now? But when he was giving that order, go ye and multiply with what? Because he never created Eve as at that time. Eve has not been created. He told Adam, go and multiply. Multiply with what? With who? But however, that's a question mark there. But he gave the order. Now, Adam went into the garden and was living his life. Maybe eating carrot and chopping watermelon. He was just, the guy didn't even know he was naked. He just, they carry in jollo, they walk up and down, they cut mango, they chop. Just they enjoy themselves, they go. He was protecting the garden that God has given to him. Now, later, according to the Bible, God now saw that it is not good for a man to be alone. And God now made Adam to sleep. And he removed something from Adam and created a woman. And when he created the woman, he brought the woman to Adam. And when Adam saw her, Adam said, she's indeed beautiful, the bone of my bone and the flesh of my flesh. Those were the exact words of Adam in the Bible. Do you understand? Now, by God bringing Eve to Adam and Adam accepting Eve, that alone, that activity, that event alone made God the first priest to witness a marriage ceremony. Because he was the one that brought the two together. And the husband accepted the wife. Marriage set. Nobody had to do that. God became the first priest. Either Christian priest or any other religion's priest. God became the first priest to witness an official wedding or marriage, or whichever one you want to call it. But now here is what happened. When Eve came and started living with Adam and all the whole story, let's break it down. But let's come back to the start. I just wanted to come from that side and come to where I'm going. Now, look at the nature of man and the nature of a woman. A man, even at 99, bring God a 16 years old girl in the whole of this city. He go knock all of them belly. A woman can only produce one egg for each 30 days. Do you know how many sperm cells a man produces per day? If you are not healthy, at least 120 million sperm cells comes out of you every single day. Then if you are healthy, it's about 360 million per day. So if we are to remove each cell, it means that for one single release a man drop, 360 million women, that is the whole of Nigeria and Ghana combined together, don't catch belly from one man, from one release. How else will you define?
Will be jobless.
Yes. So how else will you define polygamy? If one man go knock the whole of Nigeria and Ghana for only one release, boy, all of them don't push, carry belly for one go, one man. How else will you define polygamy? Now, this thing was so important to men to the extent that God no give them menstrual cycle. No menstruation. January to December, from the first of the month to the end of the month, man day. But no matter what, there is that 4 to 5 days, or in some cases 7 days, that you cannot touch your woman because she's going through her period. Now, let's keep it on a minimum. Okay. Let's keep it on a minimum of 5 days. Let's just say 5 days, worst case. 5 days. Because some women, maybe they do their finish in 3 days, some maybe 4 days, some 5 days, some even 7 days, like I said. But let's just use 5 days as the barest minimum, the average. 5 days, right? Now, if you don't touch your woman for 5 days, right? Now, how many months do we have in a year? 12 months. Now, 5 multiplied by 12. 5 multiplied by 12 is about 60 days. 60 plus. Right? So that means there is 60 days in a year that you cannot touch your woman. That is 2 good months.
That you're supposed to go without sex.
That you're supposed to stay without knacking. 2 good months out of 12 months in a year. That is like 20% gone when you no fit do anything 2 months.
That's biologically.
Biologically.
There are other factors that will
Yeah.
warrant you not to touch you. Yes.
Do you understand
There
now?
are other factors. Precious, why you just realize?
Now, still explaining. No, sorry, I'm taking time. Now lecture they give because
no, this one way they talk now. Is it our fault?
wait now.
No.
The reason why I'm taking this time is because I ask and say, he say men are polygamous in nation. I tell and say, can you give him back? If I say even him too, they ask the question. So now me, I want help him, give him some facts why these things are like that.
No. The question you asked, what is wrong with polygamy?
Polygamy.
And you asked me the same, and I said I don't know what is wrong with for me.
So
Polygamy is everything.
good. So now,
My own
when you go by this explanation I've given, right, in a period of 1 year, how many children can a woman bring to form? Maximum is 1.
Mm-hmm.
In rare cases, if you are lucky, twins.
3.
If you go triplet or quadruplet or so, of which is rare, we're talking about less than 0.1% chances to have that. So on the normal, you can only bring 1 child in the period of 1 year. Yes, we know pregnancy will take just 9 months, but after the 9 months, are you telling me that on the 10th month the husband will knock you again?
Even if you're
They'll
not,
give you time
you go
to-
enter next year.
You go enter the other year. So it's just in the period of 1 year now, 1 pikin if you bring up, period. But imagine that if that same man can continue, they knock every day they go. How many children do you think that man will produce in 1 year?
Your point exactly.
My point is, if for example we say, okay, let's do competition of who go fit born plenty children, you as a woman, me as a man, right? Then bring 1,000 men, line them here. They bring 1,000 women, line them here. Then give you the 1,000 men, me then give me the 1,000 women, right? In the period of 1 year, who go get plenty children pass?
Are you before
Now-
that one nation now?
Now me now, because those 1,000 women, I guarantee you, all of them, I'll get them pregnant in 1 year.
So that's the just.
And you, the whole of that 1,000 men, only 1 of them can get you pregnant. The 1,000 of them cannot get you pregnant.
So what are you trying to say?
So what I'm trying to say is this, that polygamy is inbuilt, inherent in mankind. Why? Because even though biology and whatever respects it, biology had existed the very moment Adam was created. And because biology existed before Adam was created, when God gave that executive order, go ye and multiply, the whole of the earth and the universe bear witness to that executive order. And the whole of nature took that particular instruction and decided to work with it. That is why a woman at 45, 46, 47, 48, you are done. You can't produce anymore. But man, at 105, 110, man still the knack. He still the born they go. Nature
Well, I
had
can't-
already
well, I-
nature bear witness to that executive order
There's no.
and respected it.
Or anyway, there is no. I feel that there is no theory. There is no proof to that effect. Anyway,
Which one?
but it's your theory. It's your theory.
Which particular one? My theory. Wait, tell me.
They said the one you said. Because you said that later obeyed that order and all that. I feel it's your own theory to it.
Yeah.
Which of course, if we study, if we say, Obina theory really, na so a bill. But I feel like saying that being polygamous in nature, like I said earlier on, it's in every man. Except you just decide to.
Is engraved in
You
our
understand? It's just there. Except you just want to lie to yourself. But like Precious asked earlier on, that does that mean no man can stay? And I said,
Faithful,
yes, to stay faithful to one woman. And I said one thing: discipline.
It's possible.
You know, it's possible.
Or it's very sad.
Very,
100%.
very, very real.
100%. It discipline. When you have discipline, when you are disciplined, there's nothing you can do. You know, that's why as fine as you are now, one odogu fi just park outside now, you go still decide to go home without your guy will get keke napep. Do you get? It's that choice and how disciplined you are. Do you understand? You feel even then, maybe na 1K in your pocket, and you don't see better shot where it will give you better thing. Do you get understand? But you decided to follow this lane, and that's how you still have men who can still be like, I'm contented with this woman. She brings peace to me. She respects me. She honors me, and I'm very contented here. But that does not mean that man,
Yeah.
you know,
You see, there's okay. Let me say something about what Obina said before I asked you. Now, the theory Obina gave is biblical scriptural Christianity. But we have a lot of people watching this podcast, and people believe in a lot of things.
Right.
There are people that don't believe the Bible. There are people
Mhm.
that. So generally, I think I will want to go with the fact that biologically proven, the statistics you gave between you and Precious, you with 1,000 women, you can get 1,000 kids after 9 months with 1,000 women, while she can only have 1 kid with 1,000 men after 9 months.
No,
I got
one
that.
kiss from one man, not even the whole 1,000.
Yeah, I said
She can
one
sleep
kid.
with the whole 1,000, but it's only one.
Exactly. That's my point. So she can only have that. Only one man out of the 1,000 men can get her pregnant. So I think biologically that has proven that men by default are wired to be polygamous with several women. Okay, then coming back to talk about what we're talking about, about the issue of a man being faithful because a woman is good to him. I don't think it works that way. There are guys that love their wife as hell. But coming to talk about seeing another woman outside, they will see it. Not because the one in their house is not obedient or is not beautiful. Yeah. You just can't figure out the reason why they have to see another one outside. So that still boils back to what he said about biologically, that is how a man is wired. Sometimes Precious is something we can't explain to. It's something we can't explain, honestly speaking. Another thing is, the topic we're discussing is promiscuity or polygamy. Which way to go? Which one is better? Now, I want to establish the fact that polygamy don't stop infidelity.
Right.
Discipline does. You can have as many wives as you want. But if you choose to be an Iska, you can still be, no matter the number of women you have. But does it limit it? Yes. You're not a bulldog, for God's sake. You're not a bull that you have to go around 3 women, this day, this, then the 4th one. Oga, we know say we did do am, but most times even we dey crave for rest. Make you day away from almost every problem so that it go clear your head. There are moments like that. So will it reduce it? Yes. But with monogamy reduce it? The answer is no. It will not. It will not.
This time questions, they gentle. You suppose they fire us questions. So women go really know wetin they make men go do that.
Okay, let me go to the point where Obina was asking me I'm supposed to do past posts. It's not that one. I will say I've come across some, will I say, movies. Yes, movies, also book and shows where they will ask a man should tell them the reason why they want to cheat outside. And I've come across some. And I'll just say, with the little I know, a man will cheat outside not because of his wife is not good enough at home, but men do go through emotional drama, work challenges, and the rest. And they need that woman that will give them a listening ear, that will be like a mother figure to them. You know, we remember, I've studied this thing. Our own is not to only to give birth, but we have plenty things to contribute in the family. But because of the way the workload is too much on us, we only, when we give birth, when we have children at home, we tend to put our concentration and attention on the children. And if we can only make love with our husband in a month just twice. And men, on the other hand, they love having sex. Like one of my uncle.
Women don't like having sex.
Wait, when they are married and they have children, it's rare for you to see a woman. Yes, to continually having sex when she's single than now that she's married and she has children. It's very rare. My uncle will tell me that he can't eat one soup every time. He can't eat one soup.
Which of your uncle?
I'm
So that
not
may your auntie know.
that one concern.
Yeah, but
Yes, no. He's eating. Me, to them that Chidera say I'm not happy, no. I can't eat one soup every time because she's this kind of person that is very open to the core. Like in my family, he's one that taught me about sex education. My parents did not even have that time. He was the person. He told me everything I need to know about men. So he tended to tell me that, see, he loved having sex. and because of his wife has children, there are 5 children at home, and they're all
If your wife they listen to you now, she don't know say now husband.
we even know which one says, so just calm
All of them are 5 children again. My dear, fire on, I dey enjoy your story. You don't leave her finishing. I dey enjoy your story.
He will tell you that his wife don't have time for him, and she's always busy with the children, and they are still young. They are not grown up. So when he comes home, he touch her, she'll shit the other side. And him, on the other hand, he wants it. And he can't deprive himself. He'll say when he's fine and he has money, he'll be depriving himself of sex because he wants to be faithful. Even God understand according to his own quotes. But I will tell you for a fact that a man will cheat. You know why I believe that a man will cheat? Like a man can cheat no matter. See, if I marry my man, look me for face time, say no fit cheat, I'll say you are a liar and you are a bastard because it's for sure. I have many of my friends that are married, and they will tell you when they were single or when they were about getting married, they told their friends that they will not cheat. Like they will not look outside. And look at them here now. They will tell me, Precious, I would tell a man that is about to get married, when don't tell yourself that you will not cheat. When you reach that bridge, when you cross it, you know how it feels like. You can love your wife like fire. You can love her more than you love yourself. But my dear, when you meet that lady or when you meet that girl that you feel she's just your resting place, you might not even need her because of sex at that moment. You might just need her for companionship, for friendship. But along the line, everything, mood, emotion don't they come out, feelings don't they come out. Before you know, 1, 2, 3, you guys are still having sex. But one thing must kill a man, like they always say.
Yeah, sure.
You get? A man can't just be with one woman. I can't even believe that oneself. I'm not even planning on believing it. Because a man must just see something in a lady outside that he really loves. And his wife, at that moment, is not giving him what he wants. A woman can't give you 100. I've met some guys that will tell me that they love sex and their wife is not this sex freak. In fact, I even met one recently that he so much loves his wife. Like he loved her like die. But he always told me that when they were in a relationship, she's a sex freak kind of person. In fact, that was even motivated him to marry her. She loves it anywhere. If she's at home, she's in her office. You get, she's this kind of person that she's always turned on. But just 3 children where they don't keep for granted. Said she's not more sexy again. She's always acting all this old. She's always acting all this old model. She's not appealing to him anymore. So now she's looking outside. But no matter what, yes. But no matter what, he will never rub it on her face. In fact, he respects her so much that
He's already rubbed it on her face.
she's
Now we of
Vids.
Yes, he sorry. No, he has not.
She has not. She doesn't even know he's cheating, unless if you tell her. He's very secretive.
He just needs a reason to do what he wants to do.
But
It's
that's
not
it.
because
He's just being fair to himself, because I will tell you for free, women prefer their man cheating outside than getting married uncountable, because we can't stay in that same house with so many women sharing one man in our front. Like we are seeing it with our koro eye. We not fit. But it should be outside doing his shit. Yeah, men will not be aware, because definitely we know our man is cheating on us. But we should not sit with our face, because it's kind of, will I say, competition one, and it's disrespectful if you ask me.
Okay. So now, what I want to add is monogamy is never an African man term.
Exactly.
It can be a Western man
Yeah.
term.
Yeah.
But for an African man, that's what I keep asking. Where did we get the idea of one man, one woman?
Right.
That women in Africa are so entitled to it that they feel for you to have another wife, you are deputizing the devil. Where do we get that notion from? And you see the problem with our generation, we don't want to see the truth. From what Precious said, you can pick it that she is in a way approving cheating. Just that be smart about it.
Mm-hmm.
But she has approved it already. She said for a man to tell her this is where she will keep the man, for a man to tell her he can't cheat on her, this is where she will keep the man. So she's really an African, that she has come to terms that an African man is wired to have an affair with more than a lady. She has come to terms with that. Then what is wrong with us accepting it formally? Now, Polygamy in these days is not like polygamy in the days of. As a matter of fact, my grandfather had 4 wives. In fact, he had 5, but I don't know what happened. I grew up to know 4. But they don't stay. They stay in. Everybody have their own little houses, not one house, one roof. Then you. But these ones have their hut there. These ones have their hut there. The other ones are not even in the same village with the rest. They can be in other villages. So it is obtainable in the same modern time. And another thing I want to say is, it's good we spell out the lines. Polygamy is not just about sex. Polygamy is not just about sex. But once we say polygamy, the first thing that comes to an African woman's mind is, how can I be sharing my man, bedroom sense, with another woman? But it's not all about that. My dad told me the reason why his own father married multiple wives was because the then booming industry was agriculture. So for you to blossom and to do very well in the society, you need more children that will assist you on the farm. Now, this is part of the things that polygamy do. Now, here we don't have physical farms that you have to go with hoes and plenty children. But if you have a woman that can add to your estate, and instead of keeping her as a side chick, and she's comfortable coming in as a second wife, don't you think you can apply the rules that our grandparents applied to expand your estate? We shouldn't just be looking at polygamy for controlling sexual urge alone.
Yeah.
Probably the reason why Africa is the way it is because we're trying to be what we are not originally designed to be. The same scripture says, 1 will chase 1,000, 2 will chase 10,000. Now, if you check the ratio, it's not 1:2.
Yeah.
It's 1:9. 1 will chase 1,000, 2 will chase 10,000. Then how much would 3 chase? Do the arithmetic. You get. So, but in this time and age, most people throw back their mind to, once they said this man is polygamous, blah 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 blah, they will start ranting around. How can I share my man? It's better he go and cheat. Who told African women that the reason why men want to do polygamy is strictly because of sex? Who told them?
What? No, I want him to give me an.
Yeah, let me finish.
You should tell me why.
Yeah, very good. Let me finish. From this angle, sex is part of it. I'm not dismissing that fact. But sex is not the only thing where African men get into polygamy. I gave you instances why my grandfather did. That's the reason why my dad told me.
So in this,
let me finish. In this time.
Yes.
Now, I give you an instance. If I have a wife who is my school love, that we started life together, and I'm so much in love with her, and I married her, but don't forget we're standing on the same pedestal. We're schoolmates. She's from an average or poor family. I'm an average or poor family. And we fell in love, and we believe the future hold a lot of good things for us, and we get married. But we all know Nigeria, or Africa generally, how Africa is. It's not what you know, it's who you know, the connections. And I realized that I have a woman, exactly how you give the description. Definitely you see something in another woman that is not in your own woman. Probably not physically, but mentally. I love when you give those instructions. That's why I said I feel like dancing when she was talking. Yeah. That woman have a lot of reservoirs of favor. She has that. She has connections. When it comes to, let's say, maybe business ideas, she's on point. When it comes to problem solving, she's on point. I love you, and you're my first love. And I can't dismiss that. But we need other things to keep us alive. And we need to raise a family. If I sit with you, if you're not a winch between you and God, no now. And I tell you that. And I tell you that this is what this woman is bringing into our family. She's comfortable with you being the first. There will be no disrespect. And she's not going to cross her lines. Will you allow me to carry sabotage her girls or go and marry that girl? Please be very sincere.
Okay. If you ask me, I would tell you that that lady that you said she's bringing things to the table
that will make our life better.
Make our life better.
Me and you.
Me and you. Please do it outside with her. Yes, keep her outside. No man. See, I am this lady that don't even bring any woman to the house and say you want to make her second wife. Keep her outside. And you guys should be doing what you are doing.
Thank you so much for your answer. Now, do you see the reason why I said probably this is the reason why we're poor?
No, you can't tell me.
No. Now, let me come in at this point.
Just an illustration.
Yeah, just I'm coming at this
Now
point
with an
now.
illustration.
When you were talking, even before Precious spoke and the mic went back to you, we were talking about why is polygamy an issue for us as Africans. You see, it is religion that brought it, and it's this Christian religion that brought this polygamy issue. Do you understand? But I want to ask you, and I want to ask everybody, the societies that practice that monogamy Christianity marriage system, how is the institution of marriage doing, faring
Good.
in their place?
Now that's the question, and you want me to answer?
No, you answer, but just wait. Let me round up. Then other
Okay,
things
I hope
want
I
to-
don't forget the question.
No, you won't forget that one. How is the institution of marriage faring in those society? Remember, I said something about nature, because I know talk go come reach this point where I go tell you the reason why I said when God gave that executive order, the whole of the earth and the universe bear witness to that executive order. And one thing about nature is that when you try to go against nature, nature will come for you. And when nature wants to come for you, it is like listen, an insect, an infested wood. You will not know until it has become so bad, because the insect will start it won't start eating from the outer part of the wood. They normally start eating from the middle. So before you begin to hear the cracking of the sounds they make while eating the wood, it is when they are already on the outer shell of the wood. By that time, even if
Farmers
you
already
cut it,
done, yeah.
you have lost the wood.
Mhm.
Do you understand? That is how nature deals with anybody that tries to contradict nature. Nature will not come to you back. Mm-mm. It will come gradually until it eats you up. Now, go and check those Western countries, the Americans and all of that. Where is the headquarters of pornography? Now they have what they call OnlyFans and so many other platforms. But the point here is, what I'm trying to say here is, I'm trying to talk about how is the institution of marriage faring in those societies. It is bad. It is as bad as divorce has become even a business for women. You go to the whole of Europe and America, divorce has become a very big venture. You marry a woman today, some woman will just marry. In fact, there was a documentary done on a woman that got married to a man in the afternoon, and the evening of that day she divorced the guy, and she went to court and she was asking for over almost 5 billion naira in settlement, just for the money. All right, do you understand? So how is the institution of marriage faring in those places compared to society? I do not want to mention their religion or their tribe, but compared to society where men are allowed to marry up to 2, 3, 4, or 5 wives.
Okay.
Go and check how the institution of marriage is growing stronger in those places.
Yes. So now I will want to start from the first question you asked, or from the first statement you made, not the question rather. The first statement you made is monogamy was brought by Christianity, or rather monogamy, people do monogamy because of Christianity. Now I will want to challenge you that monogamy is not Christianity. Go and research.
No, I didn't say so. My statement was majority.
Yes,
You understand?
is
because of what?
Christianity.
Yes, but do you understand?
Monogamy.
But I know back in the days of our forefathers, there were the set of them who got married to only one wife.
Yes. So I'm trying to tell you now and again that monogamy has nothing to do with Christianity. It has nothing.
Okay, please educate us.
Scripturally, it has nothing. Go and read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. There is nowhere God condemned polygamy. There is nowhere God encouraged monogamy over polygamy. If you ask people, the only scriptures they will keep bringing is, in the beginning, God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Eve, which is very irrelevant.
No, but even in the New Testament, there's a place where Jesus Christ was even asked, and he said it should be one man, one wife.
No, Jesus was not asked if it should be one man, one wife. That wasn't the case. He was asked that a woman who got married, and her husband died, and she married another, and the husband died. On the resurrection day, who will be her husband? That was the conversation. And he replied, he said, who told you there will be marriage on the last day? And he continued. Somewhere around the conversation, he started talking about divorce. And they asked him about divorce, and he replied, he said, Moses allowed you to divorce because of your strong-headedness. But in the beginning, it was not so. That was what he said. Okay, now let's assume polygamy is that serious and Jesus is against it. Do you think Jesus will address it by the way and leave it like that? If it is that serious, almost all the generals that are in the Bible that truly walked with God. I don't do religion that much. I told you, I can't remember the last time I was in church. I don't do church. But I have studied it, and I have a Quran. My friend gave me a Quran. Right now, I'm on the Quran. I will study it too to compare notes. But talking about Christianity now, there is no place. Abraham had more than one wife. All the gods general have more than one wife. The people that lived before Jesus, Jesus never married. Paul did not marry. Then what are we arguing about? There was a place Paul suggests that if it is for him, he will advise men to be single so that they'll be able to serve God well. If we were to take everything Paul said, hook, line, and sinker, why are we not sticking to that decision of not getting married? Why are we only sticking to the suggestion he gave that for a man to be an elder in church, he must be a husband of one wife? It means within his congregation, there are people that have more than one wife. But the question is, why didn't he rebuke them that what they are doing is wrong? Of course, Paul rebuked a lot of Christians over their wrongdoing in his writings. Why didn't he rebuke them? He talked about people that have one. Probably because there are other people in the same congregation that have more than one. But he said for a man to be an elder in the church or a deacon, he must be a husband of one wife. So that's by the way, let's keep that. So I'm just trying to establish the fact that Christianity has nothing to do with monogamy or polygamy. It has nothing to do with that. It is just our assumption. It is the Western culture. They brought it. We adopted it and we felt it is also part of Christianity. Just like most preachers, thank God for Pentecostal churches, just like most preachers before believed that for you to be able to dress well, you must wear that collar pastors are wearing. They will be in a suit. Just be like the white man. Follow the culture of a white man. So I believe these are some of the cultures we picked. Now, coming back to the societies that you said they are the institution of monogamy, looking at them critically, nobody practiced polygamy in disguise like those Western world. Because even the people that the Pentecostal churches in Africa look up to, in their lifetime, they have married more than one wife. The people all these big names submit to, that they call them their spiritual fathers.
Of course not.
They married more than one wife in their lifetime. They will marry, they will get divorced. I don't want to call names. We haven't taken a look at it from the man's angle. Even the men, the one who normally dash our fathers in the Lord airplanes, the one that said in his lifetime he has given out over 12 private jets to men of God, he married 3 times. Tell me that is not a man with multiple women. They do it differently and call it different names. But yet they condemn what we do in our own culture and in our own traditional setting, behaving as kings and as responsible men. They condemn it. We don't let go because we want to bring another. We don't do that as African men. We take care of the one we have and we bring another to take care of at the same time. That's how we are built. And I believe that is how it should be. Most men, even in the days of our grandparents, forget it. Our parents have, in fact, those guys, let me not get to them. Let me just let them rest. Okay, but the guys that are cheated, I feel, are our parents. But talking about our grandparents, yeah? Most of them, you realize that they will tell you the reason, like most of my step-grandmothers, I know the reason why my father married them. They will said his father traveled, yes, he traveled to a social village and he met this person and they went hunting and the guy was a brave guy. And when he was leaving, he told him he have several girls and he picked one. Now he has established relationship and probably he have seen traits in the children or in the father that he want his grandparents to have, grandchildren rather, to have. And that's why he married them. So that's why I said, when we talk about polygamy in Africa, it's not all about sex. is beyond sex. It's funny how we narrow
Limit
polygamy.
something.
God bless you.
Right.
It's funny how we narrow polygamy to sexual gratification.
Should we even go as far as
It is part of it. I'm not
the
dismissing that.
Eastern culture, the same Igbo culture that she came from, where if your brother dies, you are to inherit his wife.
It's scriptural.
Whether you are married
It's even in the
or
Bible.
not married, your brother's wife becomes your wife, your responsibility.
It's in the Bible.
Not just your responsibility, but your wife. Do you understand? And if your brother leaves this world without having children, whatever children you have with his wife will bear his name, not your own name. So you will marry his wife, raise kids for him, and then marry your own wife too to raise your own children for you. So while you are knacking his wife to raise children for him, you are also knacking your own wife to raise children for you.
Yes.
So that polygamy becomes compulsory for you, whether you want it or not.
That's cultural.
It's an Igbo culture.
It's a culture.
Yes.
Just you're not aware of that.
That's Igbo culture. But for me, what I feel this generation should look beyond is, it's not all about sex, guys. It's not all about knacking. It's way beyond that. You can't tell me I feel we can build an empire by bringing another woman out, and you'll advise me to be having an affair with her, not bringing her home to add to our lives. Believe you me, if you put me in that position as my wife, I'll free you. I will. I will.
What's that?
So if you later now get married to her, you tell him they are not going to flirt outside.
We're not talking about flirting. That's what I said. We should leave you.
You're not going to. Okay, fine. Or you're not going to.
That's why I said
any woman outside.
no.
We're not going to consider.
Yes, polygamy. Let me answer her
Yes,
opener.
let him
Polygamy is not one man, two wives. Polygamy is not one man, three wives. It's not one man, four wives. It's one man to infinity wives.
Multiple.
That's what polygamy is.
Multiple.
It can be numbers. The numbers can keep going. It depends on where your strengths stop. So I think the problem here is about ego and gender equality
Right.
that has crept into African culture. In African culture, we are not equal. Sorry, I'm saying this. I'm not anti-woman. I'm not. But we know, as it is written in the biblical books, biblical scriptures, that the man is the head. Before they brought the Bible for us, in Africa, the duty of a man is to provide and protect a woman. That's the primary responsibility of a man. She's not even supposed to contribute to what you're bringing.
I would like to adjust something you said.
Yes.
It is not an African thing.
It is what?
It is a nature's thing. And it cuts across every tribe. I don't care.
But we have other cultures that are preaching otherwise now.
Yeah.
That's why you were talking about divorce, where you take you to toss it.
And those things are not cultures. It's not a culture.
It's what?
It's an adoption.
Okay, yeah, adoption.
It's an
let's
adoption.
call it.
It's not a culture.
Let's
Let
call
me
it.
tell you why it's not a culture. It's not a culture. Are you aware that back in the 18th centuries, women in America are not allowed to vote? Why we here, even in Igbo land, a woman is allowed to even be a queen?
Yeah,
A woman can inherit her father's throne. Are you aware of that?
okay.
No, wait first. Then wait, I'm coming.
But we must not forget that
Wait.
America
Down here in northern Nigeria, right? A woman shares inheritance with her brothers.
A woman is a queen in Zazzau. Was a queen.
Queen Amina.
Yes.
Are you-
She was.
But in America, the same America that you people are carrying on your head because of what they are telling, one man, men, equal, whatever, equality, gender, and all those abracadabra. Are you aware that in this 18th century, women are not allowed to vote? It doesn't matter whether you are 100 years old as a woman, you cannot go and vote. A political electoral vote, you cannot
in
vote.
America.
Only men.
In America. Okay, now.
Only men are allowed to vote. No. I'm coming. The reason why I stopped to understand, right, is I was trying to tell you to you were like caging it into a context of saying, oh, we here in Africa, men and women are not equals, right? But it is the Western religion, which is Christianity, that brought.
Not just Western religion.
But I'm
other
trying to tell
religions
you
are not Christian.
that whether Western religion or not Western religion, men and women are not born, neither are created equally
by nature.
And it cuts across. And I decided to go down to give you that even America
I
that
appreciate
brought this thing to you, that even them in their place in the 18th century, women cannot even vote. So Even if them now they come, they tell you, oh, no, what a man can do, a woman can do better. A woman is equal with a man. Them themselves, they were coming from a place where women are not allowed to vote. Women were not allowed to vote as at that time that women were not allowed to vote in America. We in Nigeria here, a woman was a queen in northern Nigeria, Queen Amina.
Yes, okay.
Are you getting the agenda? So
No,
who between us and them, who are the people that even have more respect for women?
Good. Now,
Is it not even us?
now let me answer your question. We must not forget that America copied over other people. Right. And the people they copied are the Britain. And we can't dismiss the fact that Britain allow women in some aspect, even more than men.
Yes.
We just lost a queen in Britain. And it has, before Queen Elizabeth, there were other queens before Queen Elizabeth. So in their own, it's obtainable. And they have placed orders to protect the right of women. Even then, in Britain, in UK, go read the history. You realize that America were far behind. And it was later on they came and they realized, okay, we can free women, we can give women this liberty to do this, and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. But all I'm trying to say is, I so much agree with what you said, that in Africa, we respect the right of women. But that does not dismiss the place of a woman. By respecting a woman, it does not dismiss the place of a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Saying she is second to a man. We respect them so much. We respect them so much. We do everything to protect a woman. In fact, there are a lot of kingdoms that went to war because their women were touched.
Of course.
African culture.
Yes.
That's how far we respect a woman. But we know there are boundaries that women don't cross. We know. There are certain animals we kill and a woman is not supposed to take certain portion out of that animal and eat.
Right. Yes.
So women have their place, but we respect them. So all I'm trying to say is, I think there's how will I put it now? How will I put it? There's this phrase I'm looking for. Okay, I'll say it when it comes. But I think there's some misplaced identity crisis. There's identity crisis. That's the phrase I'm looking for. I think what we have right now is identity crisis. We don't know if we're Africans or we're Westerners. We're confused. We want to be Oyubu and live like Americans, and at the same time, we want to keep our African vibe.
Yeah.
It's not possible. Like you said, you cannot distort nature for too long.
Of course.
You cannot.
In fact, let me tell you.
You cannot.
Let me add something to what you're saying. Like you said earlier, that the Britain, they adored women right from time. And remember, it goes back to that proverb I said, you cannot hurt nature and don't expect a payback. But the sweet thing about nature's payback is that it doesn't come at once. It could take decades, sometimes centuries, before it comes back to you. Do you understand?
I get it.
Now, before I go to that of the Britain, let me just look at the whole world entirely. Right? It was back then from the 16th, 17th to 18th century, even up to the 19th century, or let me just say, 18th century, we had this white people colonialism coming to trample upon Africa. But have you seen what nature is doing right now? Are you seeing the uprising from Africa? Africa now standing on its own. Africans coming now to wise up. Africans now coming out now to challenge even the religion that the white man brought. To challenge, and Africans right now are thinking. I was watching a video of a very young lady, and she said something that I was like, I don't understand. She said, anybody born from 1980, in fact 1985 backward, that you should stop telling them about whether you want to challenge some things about Christianity or not challenge. The lady said, those people, just leave them. They are on a different level. They believe what they believe and you cannot change their mind. She said, the generation now that are questioning some certain things, even in the religion that we have today, are the millennials and the Gen Z. Because then they have a different kind of mind. They have a sharper mind and a faster processing mindset. Now they question some of the beliefs that this religion brought. You get? So I want to go back to where I was talking about the Britain. Yes, they adore women and all of that. But how is that faring? Are you aware that London is one of the most insecure cities to live right now in the Western world? One of the most insecure cities.
All right, can we come back to polygamy and
Go
promiscuity?
back to our
You understand?
topic, you know.
Yeah.
To go back to what we're actually treating.
Now, you see a lot of people, young people, wallowing in the street without hope, no nothing, no job, nothing. Not that they are lazy, so lazy that they don't want to work. Why? Because of what? The way they have adored women. Whoever heard me saying they will feel like, okay, this guy is against women. No. I am speaking for us to go back to the way things were. Because with where we are going, we are only going to fulfill the
You
prophecy.
say the insecurity in London is because of how they adored women, or how?
Okay, something happened in the UK. I think that was in 2023. A lady was raped in these are underground train, moving train, and there were men in the train, and the guy was raping the girl, and the men, everybody is down, packing business, facing business. Now, and one of the men stand the video, and even the guy where they do the thing, innocent. Now, when the video went viral and all of that, and a lot of analysts came to analyze the issue, and they were like, a lady was drowning in a yacht, and an ex-soldier came to help the lady out of the water. And when he brought the lady out of the water, the lady tried to make advances on the guy because he's a young, cute guy, and the guy rejected it. Guess what the girl did the following week? She sued the guy for touching her without her permission while he was trying to save her out of the water. I don't know if you understand how crazy that has become. So now you tell me, if that can happen to a guy, right? Why then should I see a woman being raped and you want me to go and help her? So that tomorrow she can also sue me for touching her without her permission. No, the guy that is doing the thing knows the consequence of what he's doing, right? The least I can do is to video it and post on social media. Let the government and the law enforcement, let the law do its thing.
So are you justifying what they did in that underground?
I am not justifying what it is that way, but it is not about justification. I am trying to tell you that we are deviating from where we are coming from as humans. Bro, back in the days of our forefathers, you touch a woman, bro, you'll be castrated. They go cut your balls, come out. So that for the rest of your life, your thing no go to stand again. You no go ever see any woman make you even say you want to touch her. That is how protective we are of women. Just the same way you said a couple of minutes ago. That is how you even said that some societies, some communities went to war because their women were violated or disrespected. And the king will go to war because the women of this society, this community were disrespected by men of the other community. That's to tell you how much men could go to war to protect the integrity of women. But look at where, women should be given their right. Look at where that same right has led us to. It has led us to where now a woman is being violated and men, able-bodied men, were seated and everybody, they mind in business. Now we are living in the society of mind your business. No longer that society where we protect women, where I can see Precious tomorrow in the market carrying a heavy towel, like, oh, why would a young lady like you be doing this? Oh, come on, man, bring it. I'll help her to carry it. We don't allow them to do hard labor. We don't allow them to suffer. But now, give women. Okay, look at it now. It has got to the point now, like what Trump just did now. Women now, an executive order has been passed that women should be drafted in the U.S. military. Do you know what is being drafted? Let me tell you something now. Precious. In Nigeria, we say, men and women are equal. We have female soldiers. Are you aware that in Nigerian army, they don't send women to war, to the battlefield? You never see any female soldier say they buy any female soldier for Boko Haram? All this is happening in the Northeast. Are you getting me?
But we had a complete squad of women that calmed down insecurity, this bandit insecurity in Kaduna Abuja Expressway. They're purely women, well armed and everything.
Now, I am trying to tell you that in our military, women are not drafted for battlefield.
Okay,
they are not drafted.
That's
external
battle, not internal.
Internal battle.
No, internal they are.
No, they are not being drafted.
Internal they are.
Women are not drafted. And even if they are drafted, they don't go to the battlefield. They can keep them maybe in the camp but they don't go in the battlefield, bro. I know what I'm coming from a military background.
But this whole topic,
They are not
this
drafted.
whole thing that he's talking about, please, I'm lost. Is it related to what you're
Okay, I think it's
Let's
Okay,
just
back
come
to what
back-
I'm
let's
saying.
just come back to it.
All of this thing boils down to the fact that, okay, this idea of, okay, women should be given equal right as men has led us to the part, okay, where we are now living of everybody mind your business. We no longer live in that society when men should care, provide, and protect for women. Apart from the side where he said his grandfather got married to multiple women because he needed many children for agricultural purposes, right? There were also instances where men married multiple women in order to get women out of the streets. Do you understand? At all times, there are more women than men. I'll give you an instance. Even back in the Bible, let's go back to the beginning of the Bible, the Old Testament. When Cain killed by his brother Abel, you remember the Bible said he ran away after discovering what he has done. He ran away to a faraway land and married. Who you go marry? Because now only 2 boys, 9 the woman born.
Now that is contradicting what you said in the beginning. You said in the beginning it was Adam and Eve. And now if you are justifying,
There's a bro came from the Bible. So if you want to say contradicting, then maybe you are referring to the Bible, not me. Because everything I've said here comes from the Bible. God created Adam and said, go ye and multiply. And later added Eve.
believe that.
Was that what I said? No, be so there for the Bible. Did I say anything?
Yes, that one.
Now, this one, why also.
Everybody has his own point of view.
Wait now.
Opinion.
This same one, why they talk now, say,
Talk about this.
this is why they talk now. Cain by him brother, because him brother offered the best weight now. His brother offered the best offering and God accepted. You understand? And God did not accept his own because he go carry the roti yam come offer. God rejected his own. Now he come by him brother. As the by brother, when he now discovered what he has done, he ran away and went and married. Who you go marry? But this will tell you that women at even as at that time, so there were available women somewhere for him to go and marry. So women don't been there before, even plenty past men.
okay.
But let's not even go to the technicalities of where those other women come from when he married.
Right.
Let's not go to that technicality. But the point here I'm saying is that we have drifted away from that era when men protected women and provided for women. Why? Because we are not living in this, like I said, this you said culture. It's not a Western culture that man and women are equal. No, it was adopted. Just the same way they are trying to adopt different pronouns now, LGBTQ, all the whatever, plus.
So
They are trying to adopt.
I want to ask
Do you understand? It's an adoption that now, I'm coming, a boy can stand up and look at you and tell you, no, yeah, I'm a boy, but I identify as a girl.
So I
As-
want
yeah.
to ask him this with all this long explanation we have given, because I still can't hit the nail at the point. Yes, but with this whole explanation you have given, please tell me which of the two do you prefer?
Yeah.
The polygamy
Hmm.
or the other?
Okay, here it is. I will tell you for the fact. I'm a one lady man.
Okay, so
That's my pure fact.
Okay.
Do you understand? But I'm speaking as a public situation or societal issues analyst
Okay.
by telling you that if you are giving me these 2 options,
Yes.
right, I would advise, or if I am to advise someone, I would say, please go for polygamy instead of promiscuity. Why? Because you said you want your husband to be married to you alone, but he can go outside and do whatever he wants to do outside, right? But in the course of doing whatever he wants to do outside, what if he brought disease or something you did not plan for? What in the process of doing that thing outside, he don't knock like 3 girls belly for that outside? Are you getting what I'm saying now? How do you deal with that? Okay, you have your own children raising for the man, and you get 3 children waiting for outside from 3 different mothers. We maybe at a point in time they go carry those 3 come out for you.
And you're very sure that if he marries as many wives as he can, you're sure that when if last he can eventually die, so you know go they hear from different rumors outside say Oga get 5 wives for house, so but he still get baby mamas outside.
Yes, now
And it establish that fact.
okay, answer.
We've established that
He's
fact
just trying to
yeah.
mention something.
We've established that fact that polygamy does not stop infidelity.
Infidelity.
We've established that fact.
And likewise, being a one man, one woman guy will not stop infidelity.
Because there's
disciplines.
there's even a proof of it in the Bible.
If you
Let's
still
not,
get,
let's not forget Solomon, bro.
if you still get,
Let's not forget Solomon. 700 wives, 300 side chicks. The Bible says concubines, but now side chick them be that too.
if you
That's
still get
to be
5
correct.
years, or not 5 wives.
Let me can I say something? Can I say something?
say
No,
no.
no.
Let Bible say, you know, I don't understand you.
Now, let me say something now. You know, we have different consumers. I believe this is going to go as far as possible. So, you know, always basing it on the Bible. There are lots of people who really don't believe in Bible and they may be consuming this product. So we can actually base it just on what we
What's
we
happening?
can generalize it, what is happening in the society and that. So like I said, polygamy does not stop infidelity.
So what is not the essence?
Yeah, that's why I said we should stop thinking about narrowing our mind down to sex when we talk about polygamy.
It's even sex.
That's land, please. What you said was, what is the assurance that he will not be looking outside?
Yes.
Like you said, what is the assurance that they will not say, okay, he still have 5 children from another
Because
side
he
chick
mentioned
because-
something like
yes,
that.
yeah.
Yes.
So that's why I'm saying that men don't just marry women because of sex. I believe a lot of
Well,
people-
last, that is the ending point now. Yes, now.
Seriously, it is you that is in your mind. You feel
Okay, wait.
it's
What
all
I'm
about.
trying to say, that
You
is
can't
the
take
point
sex
is that-
away from me.
Okay, fine. If peradventure, okay, my husband now gets married to a woman because she has connection and she
Because of actually what she can actually.
yes, what she can actually contribute to the table.
Yeah.
Are you telling me that he's just going to marry her, keep her at home, so that she'll be bringing things to the
No,
table?
definitely you have to. It's not marriage if you didn't consummate the marriage. Right.
Precious, I want to ask you something.
Creating me that.
Do you know the wisest man everly created?
Oh, leave that man story.
Wait now.
Wait,
I want to give you a
the
point.
man.
The wisest man everly created, his name is Solomon.
Let's see what happened to him. Because of the
King Solomon, right?
plenty.
Like you said, I should not be calling Bible anymore.
Yeah.
But he did, yeah. Now, he married 700 wives. Now, on top of the 700 wives, now listen, how many days do you have in a year? 365 days, right? 365 days makes a
I
year.
want you to land.
Now, the 365 days that makes a year. Now, that 700 means you have 2 years that makes up 700. So, in other words, even those 700 wives, it go take 2 years for each person to get back their turn. If today now your turn, the next time when your turn go come again now in 2 years time, because 365 days for 1 year. So now in 2 years time now your turn go reach. But even on top of that, this guy still gets 300 side chicks.
Upon the plenty wives you get for
Upon the 700 wives, so there is 300 side chicks. Those one now you no marry them, no pay bride price. Now it takes me back to what Melafia was talking about. That polygamy does not stop infidelity. Now, even that word infidelity, to an extent in this argument, you may want to say, let's use that word carefully. Because it was not recorded anywhere in the scriptures that what Solomon did was infidelity. To have 700 wives and 300 concubines.
We're not really discussing this on that. No. Let's. I get his point. Now, adding to the history of Solomon, it was written about Solomon that there was a queen that heard of Solomon's wisdom.
Queen Bathsheba.
Queen Sheba.
And
she came to see him.
Yes.
And guess what he did? He married her and she was part of the number of the 700.
The 700.
Yes.
A whole queen.
Yes.
A whole
He
queen.
married her. He married connection. He married her wealth. He married everything. And it was added to his wealth.
She
And
came all the way
if
from
you
Ethiopia.
If you stand today to say that Solomon is the wealthiest king that ever lived, part of her wealth is part of the
I didn't say wealth here. I said wisdom.
I know. No, he's the richest.
Okay.
It's
I don't know about that, but I know it's wisest.
So all I'm trying to say here is,
Human
yes, there's part of that. Men do polygamy for several reasons. Some you can't take sex out of it. Some they do it because they want to satisfy their sexual urge. Like you said, other can do it on a part of a charity. We have a certain tradition and a certain religion here in Africa that feels okay. If you want to elevate a certain family from poverty, you can actually take a wife out of that family. By so doing,
if you are no more, they will
But-
share your inheritance,
Hmm.
and she will have part of the inheritance, and that automatically liberated her own people from
From
poverty.
Hmm.
So if you check, there are several reasons why. But of course, this generation and this particular age group that we have right now that are consuming this, they are young and you can't blame them. The first thing that comes to their mind is, okay, me say go knock me tomorrow, go knock another woman, then go still come back to me. That's what we have in our head. But of course, if we're to step a little bit further, we realize that marriage is not all about knacking.
Mhm.
We do a lot of things outside knacking. Of course, children are a byproduct of marriage. But the main reason why people marry, I feel for me, we may have our reasons. But for me, I feel companionship is one. So you can actually marry a woman because of, but of course, you cannot keep a woman you've not consummated the marriage with and call her your wife. Definitely, sex will have to set in. Knacking will set in. Yeah. So that's by the way. But the main reason, maybe as we advance in age, we'll get to realize that, okay, there are several reasons to this. Obina said something very important. He said, women get to certain age and they call it menopause. They stop even producing the eggs, but a man can go as far as 90, still producing fertile sperms that will be able to make babies. I have had scenarios. I don't know, maybe because of my quest for knowledge, most of my friends are far older than me. I have friends that are retired, doing very well, very wealthy, living a good life. And most of them will tell me they've picked up a retirement wife for themselves. Why? Because like the retired high-ranking officer in Air Force, if I call the rank, maybe if he stumble over this, he will say, I don't get sick. So let me respect my name, myself. I'll not call rank. So he told me that he visited his doctor, and his doctor asked, the first question the doctor asked him is, how old is your wife? He told him, and the doctor told him, you need a retirement wife. And he said, why? He said, for clinical reasons, because of post-rate, that. Long explanation biologically. He told him he needs a younger woman. And he cannot pick it because of how he don't want to rub it on his wife's face. You understand? He don't want to be disrespectful. The wife have the mindset and the school of thought of pressures. So he decide any now and then, if I call him, wow, big man, how far 2 days I no see, he will say, I did so please. I'll say, bros, you know the time. We go say a doctor recommendation. So that's by the way. So all I'm trying to say is, if you look at it very well, and Precious said something very important when she was talking. She said, like the guy who got married to his girlfriend because she loved knacking, and only after 3 children he realized that she's no longer down with the game. Now, what becomes his fate? Now, this is where, if you have an alternative woman set in, I believe it's all about understanding. And believe you me, I have stumbled over certain beautiful pictures and beautiful videos on TikTok whereby I don't know whether the guy is from Ghana or where. I don't want to call his handle, but he has 2 women he's married to, and they stay under the same roof and they're doing everything together. And I believe that guy is doing a pretty good job promoting polygamy. I think we should look deeply. We should look deeply. We should not, someone said, and I quote, the highest form of ignorance is rejecting what you don't understand.
Right.
Let us first critically understand polygamy before we reject it. Let us ask critical questions about polygamy. Why is polygamy being rejected? Where is monogamy coming from? Is monogamy righteousness? Is polygamy a sin? We should ask these questions carefully so that when we appear before God and God asks us, why you keep side chick? We go say, because for church they say monogamy. You go say, I don't send you that message. You understand? So likewise, like I have always promoted, it is 1 billion times better to have a second wife than to have a side chick. 1 billion times better to have a second wife.
Precious does not agree.
Yeah.
I will
And I
never
respect
agree.
her opinion.
But then, sorry.
I respect
But
her
then,
opinion.
Precious,
Yes.
you have not given me one concrete, standing, factual reason
Why what?
why you don't want to share your husband with another lady under the umbrella of marriage, but you are willing to share your husband with another lady under the umbrella of side chick, making they do side chick, but make you be the wife.
Yeah.
So I don't get me. So
Important question of it.
just one standing factual reason why.
Okay. like I said earlier on, that I've come across some shows, some books, and some movies about all this thing. I like this is when I was no, this is when I was in the one, when marriage thing don dey pop up, when will you get married and all that. I've always studied it and I'd always stand by it. You see, me getting married as a first wife, and along the line my husband brings the topic of getting a second wife, why I will not take it is because I feel my own opinion. I stand on my own opinion. I feel is of no use getting married to the second, bringing a second wife into the picture. I'm this kind of person that even on a norms, let's just take it that within ourselves. I'm this kind of person that I am too domineering, someone that always wants her own place. I don't like sharing my own place with anybody. And I feel even though he should bring the second wife, what assurance do I have that he's not going to still bring another third one? You get it?
Yeah, I get.
What assurance
Valid
is there
point. Valid.
that he's not going to still bring the third one? Because when a man starts something, okay, he will finish it. He can't just
Valid
stop
point.
halfway.
Valid point.
What assurance do I have that, okay, Oga, if you bring this second one, you know, go bring another third one into it? Because if he brings second one, he will have another reason to bring the third one.
Yeah.
You get? And let's just put it to the public. You get? A man will always have a reason of cheating. You get? Be that maybe because of that, or the second one is not good enough for him. At first he was seeing that she's good enough, but along the line she's not giving him different pictures or different signs, attributes that he's not even aware of. You get? And this the other one, promiscuity, it's not as if I support it though, but it's just nature. You get? You can't tell me that a man will just stay and he will not think of cheating outside. Let's remove sex aside, but there's just one thing that his wife is not giving him. Not sex, so either companionship or bringing you get connection or things that will make his business grow well. Maybe the wife is not in the picture, she's not educated, or she's not
She may be educated, not that exposed.
yes, she's not that exposed, and she's looking outside. You can't tell me that there's one thing that will not make a man look outside or cheat, or you get. From him bringing that second wife, he will not give me that 100% assurance that he's not going to bring the third wife, and he's not going to bring fourth and fifth. So it's better off he should just keep it outside.
So your concern now,
yes,
with everything you have said,
yes,
it's just one thing you have said that I've picked in everything you said. And
Once
that
you
is
open
that
the door no.
your fact is, your reason not accepting polygamy
yes,
is that there is no assurance or guarantee
yes,
that
he will not
after
bring
marrying the second wife,
yes,
he will not marry
third and
third and fourth and maybe fifth.
yes.
So for that reason,
He should
just stay with you alone and then go outside and do whatever he wants to do.
Thank you.
I don't know if you
Yeah,
get that.
I get it, but I think if that is the case, then it's not polygamy, because polygamy is not one man, two wives. It's not one man, three wives. It's one man, multiple wives.
So that's what I don't.
So if it's polygamy, it's polygamy. Just made up your mind that you have approved. And another thing I want to say is, honestly, on my own side too, there are certain situations that I feel the woman have a right to stop a man from polygamy. If you're not married, before you get married, be as honest as possible. Sit your partner down and ask her if you are a man who feels you may actually end up being polygamous.
Yeah, what you think about polygamy?
Yeah. Ask her opinion about you picking another wife after her. Bring up reasons. So you guys should reason together. Don't be blinded by love to make statements that you cannot live to prove. You get? So right from the onset, these are certain things that you should discuss on the first day. Okay, like people that practice Islam in Africa, they know it is settled. They know that you are coming in first, but you may not be the last. They know that one. Yeah. So they are always expecting in their mind that one day the husband can actually walk up to her and tell her, okay, you are expecting a sister. And there's nothing you can do about it. If you can't stay, you move, because you know from onset. But for people that are coming from the generation of the Orthodox Christianity, I feel it is good for you to sit a woman you want to marry from the onset and tell her, this is my personal opinion about polygamy.
But for those that are already married and have not discussed that, I feel there's still a chance where you can sit with your wife and there is nothing that is beyond discussion. Sound discussion, not argument. And make her understand the reason why you feel you can do this. And if she's like Precious and decide to tell you that, what is my assurance or what is the guarantee that if you bring this one, you will not bring another one? That is when the agreement starts, because you've not discussed that before marriage. But now that you're married and you want to take another one, then you discuss and you agree. If I do this, I'm stopping there. Now you know that you have come to a dialogue in the issue of polygamy, that once you add, you're stopping there, or you may decide, she may give you the license to add as much as you can. But another thing I would really want to call our attention to is, it is beyond self. It is beyond self. I feel polygamy is doing everybody a favor. One, it is keeping sanity within the society, because I was discussing with someone and I gave him an instance. I said, do you know the kind of atrocities we have committed? And that's the reason why a lot of people can never progress in this life, is because you have a brother or an uncle, or sometimes even your father picked a lady you don't know, and in the name of side chick, and one day you stumble over the same woman and you pick it. How do you expect things to work out? Nature, like you said,
You and your father to have gone through
you're on the same place. You understand? Or maybe it's a friend, a bosom friend. But if you look at it very well, polygamy can solve some of these things. We cannot, Precious has said it, we can never eliminate the fact that men cheat. It's in our DNA. Men will always look out for something outside their homes.
True.
It is. So how can we do it, and how can we do it right? How can we put a control over this thing? I feel polygamy may not solve it 100%, but it can create some degree of sanity in the whole of these things. That's one. When we're talking about sex, sorry, Obina, when we're talking about sex, then about, like I said, like he said there are people that will decide to pick girls off the street by getting married to them. I feel it's part of it too. Then, like I gave instance, the popular saying, one will chase 1,000, two will chase 10,000. Just know the reason why you're getting into polygamy, so that at the end of the day, you will not do polygamy with a lot of expectation, and at the end of the day, you will crash instead of solving the problem or achieving the reason why you went into polygamy. So I feel we should go back, study polygamy, look at the pros and the cons of polygamy, look at the disadvantage and the advantages of polygamy. Polygamy comes with its own demons. It does. Rivalship between children. The co-wives getting saucy and being diabolic. It comes with a lot of problems. It does. But not just that, even monogamy comes with a lot of issues too. The first person to commit murder, according to Christian literature, it was Cain that killed Abel. Are they products of polygamy? No. They're from one man, one wife. But still, there was rivalship to a point of first murder recorded in the scripture. So you can't take it away.
from the very first family.
Yes, you can't take it away from both sides. They have their positive side, they have their negative side. It all boils down to what works for us as Africans. We're not Westerners, we've been colonized, our mind have been messed up, but we can't remain who we are not for a very long time. That's when I talk about identity crisis. I feel like you said, Obina, I agree with you. It's high time we go back to our root, we go back to the original plan, how it was set to be. We should stop assuming things in the name of religion. The people that brought this religion, we've never sat down to ask them, why should I marry one wife? I just saw, let me use this name, maybe Mr. Peter was the person that brought Christianity. And I want to be like Mr. Peter, and he has only one wife, who her name is Victoria. And as I'm growing up, my role model is Mr. Peter, water like he does, well should pray like he does, do things. I love how he sit down on his dining table with 2 children and 1 wife. So in my mind, that is Christianity. And that is what I want to practice. But in the real sense, is that what the scripture is telling us? That monogamy is Christianity. Without sentiment, without emotions, and without comparing one religion to another. Because sometimes I feel pride sets in. People feel they want to help their own God they are serving from their own side of the religion look better than the other God that permits other things in the other side of the religion. So they are afraid. I don't want to do, or I don't want to accept what that one accept while I've rejected it for too long. And that's why most people reject polygamy. But I feel it's beyond that. It's all about being human. It's all about being human. I still feel, personal opinion, this is going to public space. But in my own opinion, polygamy is 1,000 times better than side chick. Because for me, that's promiscuity.
All right. I think we've done well
Just
on this topic. At this point in time, I think we might need to close the curtains. Maybe another time we might have episode 2 of this. Maybe you have someone else with a different opinion. Maybe a second lady.
Yeah, definitely.
But I would have loved for us to have like 2 ladies on the show today.
Well, I believe if this thing goes out, probably a lot of ladies want to throw comment.
Yeah, like so. And if you're a lady and you're out there watching and you want to be a part of, you want to appear on the Trust and Common Sense next episode, please drop a comment. As far as you're within Kaduna City, we'll get you down here to be a guest on the show so we can hear your opinion on whatever topic we're discussing next. So, Precious, in running up, what do you have to say?
okay. I'll just make it clear and obvious that everyone has his own opinion.
Yeah.
Everyone has what he believes or what she believes. I just feel that everyone should just go for what you believe, either polygamy or the other part.
Promiscuity.
Yes, you should go for what you believe. You should not. I don't know. You should not make it look as if it's a tradition or being Christianity and all that. You should just go for what you believe. I guess if you go for what you believe, it's going to suit you better. You get, that is just my own point of view and what I.
So, we haven't said a lot so far on the episode.
Then thank God we had a guest, and of course that's the reason why we have one, to listen to somebody else who can actually throw more light. Personally, for me, I feel when we talk about partnership, or rather, if you want to go into a relationship that it's leading to marriage, the most important thing is having that time where you guys can define a lot of things. You share your thoughts and your perspective about what you believe and things you feel can work for you. Just like King said earlier on, you need to actually put out these questions to your partner, especially on that early stage. You need to understand what they think about certain things. Because if you do not have to a certain percentage, if you do not share a lot in common with your partner, you end up having a big crisis in your home. There must be things you have in common. There are things you need to share, the beliefs, and especially this kind of sensitive thing. You understand? Just like Precious right now, I believe whoever is with Precious, you're in a relationship now. Whoever is with Precious right now already understands that, see, this is a no-go area for us. You understand? So, but that's it. You understand? So, but you understand that this is a no-go area, and it's something you should respect. If you want to be with someone like this, you respect it. Okay, this is my woman. This is what she wants. And of course, I know there are religions that you already know. Once you're getting married to this person, you already know that accepting you being in that religion already, already know your fate.
Yes.
It's just like you're in the beginning, but you already know the ending. You understand? At any time, just like Manasseh said, a woman can come in and your man will be like, meet your younger sister. Yeah. In debt. And you guys continue life like that. You already accepted your fate. But I feel like at an early stage all the time, when you're going into a relationship, you guys need to have that conversation, those conversations. You need to understand. Yeah, because that's where you need to know the do's and the don'ts. You need to know the lines you cannot cross and the lines you can cross. So that's exactly what I feel.
All right. For me, one thing I would say here is, why do men cheat? One thing a lot of women fail to understand is that men in nature are born hunters. We see knacking a woman as conquering that woman. And even women themselves, they know. Say, if man enter you, he don't conquer you. That's why you feel the toast girl. If you give 1 year, no, she like you, but if you take a whole year, they do like this. The very moment she say you don't dey reduce, you know, they ask her to she go begin to push energy, they come near you. When you begin to come, she go begin to go back. You go to do that, you understand? So women, like they say, women like to be chased, and men naturally are born hunters. So what is the business between hunters and the animals in the bush? Now chase. Animals they run, hunter they pursue. You get? So men like to that feeling say, I don't knock that babe now. You hardly go hear woman go the boast say, I don't knock that guy now. Even though she don't knock her, now some people say she want to keep within herself. Do you understand? No, because the women they carry brag. Now men they use and brag. That is why a man can just see a girl just because in one just get time for record say, man, I beg, I don't knock that babe. That's it. Oh. That is just the reason why Ingo want go cheat for his wife. As simple and as common as that could be. You understand? So that is also another reason why men also, apart from the biological side that we have proven that men are polygamous in nature, that could also be another reason. So guys, I'm sure at the end of this episode today, you've learned one or two things, and it will be nice for us to, get to hear your own side of the story. So whatever you have to say to this particular episode, please drop it in the comment section. We'll be right there responding to you. And if you want to be on the episode, in our next episode, you can also drop it in the comment section. I'll see you guys. Trust and common sense out.
Shalom.
Bring the vibe, we dey bring it all. If it don't make sense, we go set them straight. This not trends and common sense. Trends and common sense. We go talk and well.